class project for my English 114 class, and I got me some notes here that I am going to be reading off of because I don't have the best memory. And right here's my baby Sadie. She decided she was going to join me on the video. So things that happened in 1979. A lot of people might not know who he is. Rod Stewart had the #1 album with the song "Do You Think I'm Sexy." Back then, which right now compared to what we're 3.50 some places or 3.75 a gallon. Gas prices back then were 2.06. The funny thing about that is actually at that price at that point in time, people were crazy freaking out about it because they skyrocketed. 1979 February was actually, it marked the second time that we had an oil crisis. They referred to it as the oil shock. Crude oil back then rose up to 39.50 a gallon, which was pretty much more than double what it originally was, and you could actually see lines to the gas pumps probably for a mile, 2 miles, sometimes 3 miles going down the road in bigger cities, like California, New York, stuff like that. People sat there for hours upon hours just to get gas. Um, let's see. That year, people that were born that are well known, Jennifer Love Hewitt was born in Waco, Texas. Back then, probably half people don't really know what these movies are. I didn't really, except for one of them. Popular movies back then, three of them were The Great Train Robbery. Another one was Warriors, and I know those two. One I don't know is it was actually the second most popular movie was Hardcore. I ain't really looked into it, so I couldn't even tell you what it's about. Something else was different back then. Cigarette ads. You'd see him everywhere. Camel Joe, the cartoon guy. Um, everybody be smoking a cigarette. They actually, thought it was healthy. It probably helped you more than it hurt you back then. Um, so you'd see him in billboards, TV ads, buses driving down the road have them advertised on the side of the buses. Um, they really didn't care back then. Let's see what else we got here. Uh, Technology back then was non-existent. Really, it's crazy how much we've advanced just in 35 years since I was born. Cameras, they use 35 millimeter film. 110 cartridges or little, I don't know, wide cartridges with little I don't know, circles on each end where the film rotated through it. Um, Back then, I'm a big football fan, and Denver Broncos all the way. Even though they went to the Super Bowl and got clobbered by the Seahawks, which was a crock, I think. But that's whatever. Second place is still good, but that year '79 we went 10-6, placed second in the AFC West. Unfortunately, we made the wild card game, but we were one and done. We went out after that, so it was no good after that. Our season was done. Back then, quarterback was Craig Morton for the Broncos. Go Broncos. Let's see. Something else. Louisiana. Mardi Gras was actually canceled that year. I think that's the only time in the history that I actually looked it up. I couldn't find any other time that they actually completely canceled the whole thing. There was a police strike in New Orleans, so that was a no-go. No beads for anybody that year. And a fattening uh, fact about that year was it wasn't in February, but actually in July, McDonald's introduced the Happy Meal, fattening kids up everywhere all across America and, well, now the world. Woohoo. So, 1979, there's probably a lot more than just that going on, but that's what I got for this video, and hope y'all enjoy it, and have a good night. God bless. If I can just find this button, turn it off, we're good.